Gusto mo bumili ng bagong computer? This video will help you out. Promise. Sisilip tayo sa bawat component ng computer and we'll share one tip each on how you can save money on that component.
Sawa ka na ba sa unactivated Windows mo? Well, lucky you! Pinakabago mula sa cdkeyoffer.com. Windows 10 and Windows 11 activation codes. Legit, safe, at pinakamura. Madali lang umorder. Hanapin ang Windows version na gusto mo. Piliin ang preferred payment method. Wala pang 5 minutes, nagsisigil ka na para sa Windows mo. Marami na kaming natulungan.
Dati, sudden depressed ako. But now, I found the love of my life.
Dati, aimless and walang purpose ang life ko. But now, I'm a world-class Zumba instructor.
So, web developer ako and content creator for a YouTube channel. And ngayon, ganun pa rin ako pero activated na yung Windows ko.
Kaya kung naghahanap ka ng legit, mura, at original software,
Check out cdkeyoffer.com.
Check out cdkeyoffer.com. Check out cdkeyoffer.com. It's natural to think pag CPU, more is better, expensive is better, pero hindi actually siya ganon. Kaya mas mahal yung ibang models ng CPUs, those are the models with more cores and threads. Essentially, they're packing more CPUs into the chip that they give you. And yun, it's natural to think that with more cores, things will run faster. But software doesn't work like that. A lot of software isn't optimized or basically doesn't know how to use all of those cores. It's like it doesn't know how to use the different brains that are available to it. In particular, games tend to use single cores more. Not a lot of games really utilize a lot of cores. There are applications that can use a lot of cores when you're thinking about work-related items like rendering, CAD, animation. So those are programs that have been built, designed, coded para magamit yung additional cores. But depending on your use case, you might not need those cores. When you're paying more money for a CPU, generally that means you're paying for more cores, but make sure that you actually need those cores that you're paying for. For motherboards, use the built-in product segmentation. Kahit AMD ka or Intel, naka-classify na yun into 3 tiers. So, entry level is A or H, depending kung AMD or Intel. Mid-level is B. And then the highest segment, yung pinakamahal na boards, are either X or Z. Again, depende kung AMD or Intel. And yes, there is a performance trade-off. Yung pinakamataas na segment, yung X or Z, really allows faster communication between the different components of the computer kasi mas maraming PCIe lanes or the PCIe lanes are the most advanced. But there's no trade-off in the reliability or durability. Technically speaking, yung A or H, the most entry-level boards, kasing reliable dapat sila compared to the higher boards, the B or the X or the Z classes. So depende sa build na kailangan mo. Let's say simple office build na basic surfing, basic typing, then you don't need to buy the more expensive boards. Di mo kailangan yung B or yung X or yung Z. An A or H board will be fine, and that saves you a chunk of change. For GPUs, it's good to mind na pare-pareho lang yan. And what do I mean? The 4060 is a good example. You research the 4060, ang daming iba-ibang models. There are different brands, there are different models for those different brands. So you might be asking, ano ba yung pagkaiba nila? Actually, wala. Or very little, to be honest. Lahat ng naka-label na 4060, that uses the GPU from NVIDIA that is labeled as 4060. Yung pagkaiba lang nila is the design of the card around the 4060. Yung core niya pareho, yung external trappings niya, yung cooling niya, dun yung pagkakaiba between the different brands. And yes, that might be important. For example, if you need 3 fans instead of 2 fans, if you want water cooling, and you do see that in some GPUs. But at its very core, all of those 4060s are by their nature the same. And if you know that, then you can decide that, itong isang brand na to, hindi ganun kasikat, but it has 2 fans and I know it's reliable, then I can get that at a cheaper price. I'll be getting the same performance compared to a more expensive brand na 4060 lang din naman. Yes, a well-designed card might get you better performance because it's cooled better. We're talking about maybe 5-10% more performance. And that's really the rub. Ang dami mga GPU reviews, but sa totoo lang, yung pinaka-core niyan, pare-pareho lang yan. And it's very rare for third-party manufacturers, talking about ASUS, MSI, Gigabyte, Zotac, Galax, Inno3D. It's very rare for them to make a colossal mistake na sobrang pangit ng cooling nila. At a fundamental level, there's really only so much that you can do to cool a GPU better. Kahit yung mga FE cards, Founders Edition cards, they look very good. They're always very distinctive, but performance-wise, they aren't necessarily the best. And galing na yun sa NVIDIA. So there might be some tweaks, there might be some improvements, but at the end of the day, the underlying silicon, the underlying chip of all of those models is exactly the same. Pare-pareho niyang 4060, pare-pareho niyang 4080 Super, 4090, 5090. Those are the same dies and the same chip. The only thing that changes is the aesthetic and the cooling performance. You put all those together, you might see a performance increase. What might be more important to you is that you get value for money. And that's something you can focus on when you keep in mind that all of those chips are basically the same. Pinagsama ko na yung RAM and storage because they are basically the same thing nowadays. Yung SSD mo, parang RAM lang yan in a larger form. And of course, hindi siya volatile. I mean, RAM resets itself when you turn your PC off, but persistent state yung memory ng storage. But you can see that they're very related because the companies that deal in RAM also deal in storage, and yun yung spending tip natin. There are a lot of good brands for RAM and storage, pero mahal. Or they're not even that great, pero matunog kasi sila. I'm thinking about like the Corsair Dome Plats. Yung Corsair, quite expensive, and to be honest, we've had stability issues when we sometimes play around with Corsair RAM. Storage also, I'm thinking about Samsung. Reliable naman yung Samsung, medyo top of the line, pero mahal din. And there have also been issues with Samsung quality, although we've never experienced this ourselves. So for RAM and storage, I like getting brands that I know are reliable, pero hindi sila ganun kasikat. I'm thinking Team Group, I'm thinking Crucial. You might have heard about these brands before, but you might be a little iffy on their quality. Personally, for me, they have my 100% confidence. And it's actually the unknown brands that when we test them, they're actually quite reliable. I'm thinking about the King Max RAM that we got to try. We got 2 of their kits, and we use them constantly in the shop, pang test bench namin. So far, they're great. The DDR5 kit that we can really rely on. Talo pa niya yung G-Skill. G-Skill, quite okay in terms of quality, quite okay also in terms of price, and they are well known also on the market. Personally, in my rig, I'm using Team Group RAM. I was using a Team Group SSD. I swapped it out for a Crucial, not because there were any quality issues. I was just able to buy a larger Crucial. 4TB na siya, the upgrade of which you can see in a video I did last month. Pero bottom line, brand does matter for RAM and storage, but it only matters in terms of price. Yung quality, if you have some go-to brands na hindi ganun kasikat, but the price is good, those are the best ones to buy from. Pagdating sa PSU, a lot of us parang kinakabahan or may FOMO. We're afraid that we might need more power in the future, so bigyan na natin ng allowance. Dito sa shop, we have 650 watts, 750, 850, 1000. But really for a lot of builds, kahit yung mga gaming or performance, editing builds, 750 watts is fine. PC ko sa bahay, gaming rig / editing rig, naka 750 watts lang ako. And it's crazy to think that lang yung 750 watts. That's a lot of power. So you can save a lot of money if you get good advice. If your shop is good, if you come to Hardware Sugar, other good shops, they'll let you know. They'll look at your proposed specs and they'll tell you na, okay na to. 650 watts is perfectly fine for this, 750, or kung gusto mo na konting allowance, 850 watts. But really, only the super bonker builds, yung mga 1% builds need 1,000 or 1,200 watts. The vast majority of builds, okay na at 750 and many times even 650 watts. So good advice can really help save you money by cutting out what you don't need. And so why will you spend for, let's say, 1,000 watts kung okay ka na sa 650 watts? There's that fear of the future na baka kailangan mo siya in the future, but many times, if it's a well-designed rig, sakto yung PSU para dun sa parts niya. And may headroom pa yan for upgrade later on. For CPU coolers, AIOs look great. And to be fair, may mga AIOs ngayon na mas mura na maganda rin yung performance. But kung budget lang talaga yung consideration, the best pa rin, price to performance, is a good air cooler. There are a lot of brands right now na mura yung presyo pero maganda yung performance. Talking about Arctic, Deepcool, Osypus, okay na rin. Thermalright, we have a bunch of reviews on the channel where air coolers really can't be beat. Yun nga, may mga mura na AIO, it's true, but pound for pound, price to performance, the air cooler gets the nod. And if that's what you're after, simply the cheapest price, then you can actually go with the stock cooler kung AMD. The AMD stock coolers are generally good, generally more reliable. Yung Intel medyo tagilid, but AMD stock coolers okay, depending on the CPU of course. And if you want a third-party cooler, maraming options for air coolers. And if you get a good one, that price to performance can't be beat. For cases, it's okay to scrimp on the build quality. Usually when builders talk about build quality, it is the thickness of the material, how easy it is to work inside the case, how easy is it to cable manage inside the case. But a lot of those things, the average user doesn't care about. Kung hindi ka gagawa ng sariling computer, somebody else will assemble it, you don't care. Wala ka nang pake kung medyo masikip sa loob, mahirap ang cable management, because you have professional builders to worry about that, to do that for you. And even yung quality ng material, ako personally, I mean, I do care about build quality. I love feeling the metal, kinakatok ko siya. Ayoko yung parang yero yung pakinggan when you tap on the sides of the case. The metal should be solid. But really, how many people do that? You look at the case, the most important part, does it turn on when you press the power button? Does it deliver good airflow? Does it look good? And those three things, reliability of power button, airflow, aesthetics, you can find all of those in cases na relatively well priced. It's when you get to the likes of Fractal Design, NZXT, Corsair, Lian Li. All of those are usually quality cases. Usually, of course, there are always some palpak na models. But usually, you can rely on those kind of brands for a quality case. But again, it's quality that you might be paying for na hindi mo naman kailangan, hindi mo naman ma-appreciate. And that's okay. So, nasa sayo yun if you do care about those things, if those are priorities. And if not, no worries. Just get a case that does meet your priorities. Generally, mas mura yun compared to the very high-end, enthusiast-focused cases, which do have good build quality, but maybe you don't need. Gonna talk about monitors here as well, because if you're getting a new rig, you might want to seriously consider getting a new monitor to take advantage of the frames per second, the higher resolution that your new PC can generate. There are three very basic things about a monitor: resolution, refresh rate, and screen size. The more you raise the level of those three factors, the more expensive the monitor is in general. But the trick is, you don't need to raise all the three at the same time. For example, you might want a monitor that can do 2K. You don't need 4K, God knows you don't need 8K, 2K lang siya. You also don't need super fast refresh rates. Around 160 Hz is fine. You can get, in commercial products now, 540 Hz, more than around triple the 160. But for you, your use case, 160 is fine. Lastly, for screen size, you want it at 27 inches. So, you're mixing and matching what you need and then looking for a monitor with those exact same specs. Because it can get very confusing with monitors. Ang daming iba-ibang features. You might be wondering, oh, should I just get a 32-incher at 300 Hz? And then your resolution din niya was probably around 4K. So you're overpaying for something that you don't really need. Yung mahirap dito for average consumers, you might not know what you like in terms of resolution, refresh rate, and even screen size. So it's important to go to a shop. We have a couple on display that you can really see, ito 27 inches, sakto to para sa akin. ooh, 166 Hertz, that seems the smoothest to me, I don't need to go higher. So by balancing those three very basic things and knowing what you like, you can zero in on a monitor model that has just exactly that. Kasi mga monitor manufacturers, ang daming hinahalo na specs into a monitor. Bibili ka nga nung 32 inches, you want 32 inches, pero 4K pala siya, di mo naman gagamitin yung 4K. So you look for a model that is 32 inches, but only at 2K or 1440p resolution. What's nice about those three factors is that those are the three main factors determining price. Yes, there are a lot of other things, G-Sync, whether it's an ultra-wide, whether panel type. Actually, panel type is also very important, but we'll leave that for another video. But just focusing on those three things, you can save a lot of money already by identifying ano ba yung comfort zone mo, what do you like, and then buying a monitor that fits exactly that comfort zone. Makakamura ka if you follow these tips. Think also about where you want to put those savings. Let's say you're able to save on the CPU and MOBO. If you're a gamer, you might want to put those savings towards a better GPU. Saving on some parts means that may budget ka na para mag-splurge dun sa ibang components that are really important for your use case. I hope nakatulong. Thanks for watching.